Medal of Honor. This restart to the franchise, very successful franchise, including like Medal of Honor, Medal of 2, Allied Assault, the parachuting one, etc., go on, is actually a really successful reboot to the series, taking more from games like the Modern Warfare, Battlefield Bad Company and such, especially since it was partly developed by DICE, so which helps. The game is really a lot more impressive than their past ventures have been. And we'll start off first off with the first complaint I've heard so far most about it is lack of storyline. Now the truth is there isn't a lack of storyline, as the storyline's a little bit more complex than some of the other games have been, and it's not a direct, oh, we are being attacked by these people, we need to go save them, or we're this nuclear terrorist threat, etc., etc. It is modern war that is done with Taliban, so etc., etc. And the actual issue it deals with is more of a political issue of the politics of war. There's a guy in Washington who sits there and orders people he never knows and never sees any of the war into battle, and then how they really don't care what happens to him, how they can just leave him there to die. It deals with that side of the issue, plus also we see what these tier 1 operatives, these people who are just sending like the Rangers and stuff, what they face and how they put themselves online, and how the closest in brotherhood in the battle against the opposing forces. What do you call it? It's actually more powerful, I think, than having there's this single bad guy that we need to defeat. And the fact that you're struggling against an insurmountable amount of odds of tons and tons of guys, and it is a ton of guys. The game there is no real limit half the time, it seems like, to the amount of people you're fighting and stuff. It's gameplay, Call of Duty. It is Modern Warfare. The controls feel like it. Everything feels like your basic Call of Duty layout control. Except they did take from Army of Two, which I thought was a good take. You can slide into a cover, which I really liked, even though the slides sometimes get a little bit out of control, so you have to watch it. But if you're running, you slide in a cover. Running was a problem. I played the beta on the PS3, and you had a pretty good click on the running, and you're a little bit slower, but turns to find out they had two different engines for the campaign versus the multiplayer, which explains why the running was a little different. Aim was good, guns were good, everything was pretty in campaign play. The only real big problem with the campaign play in terms of what you used was it was made by DICE, and if you remember Battlefield Bad Company, the single level that sucked the hardest was the helicopter level. Well, they still don't have helicopters now. They still suck. So, the helicopter level, bad. Just for me, it was just play, get through, get over with, and move on to the next thing where I can actually enjoy it. That was a weak point. Other complaint, heard a lot about the game, and I can see is easy's too hard, hard's too easy. I've heard from both, people who play easy and people who play hard. That's different sides, and having now played both, I understand. Actually, easy, I played Call of Duty or Battlefield Bad Company 2 on easy, 20 shots to kill me. This one, easy, 5 shots to kill me. Hard, as other games, 2 to 3 shots to kill me. This one, 4 shots to kill me on hard. So they didn't really have a balance. Basically, all of it comes under normal, no matter what you pick. So don't worry about it if you're playing it in terms of how hard or easy you make it. Honestly, you might as well play it on hard because it all bounces out to the same, which I could see a fair amount of complaints about that area. Multiplayer, they fixed a lot of the problems from the multiplayer beta. Biggest one they didn't fix though was where he spawns. Sometimes you still spawn in front of a guy, which really sucked during the beta because that was a constant. They did turn that down some, but nowhere near enough in my opinion. It's still a problem, but game's fun. The soundtrack is brilliant. I'm really hoping they put a CD out of it. It really gets into the game, it really makes you feel like you're in the game. It really is emotional impact on the soundtrack. Voice acting was good, no real professionals, you know, they didn't pull up, you know, Oblivion and get Patrick Stewart in there and, you know, all these names just to try to make, it was just voice actors, which was cool. And they did a really good job. Dialogue was good. Overall, excellent game. Highly suggestive buy. Played through a couple times. Really enjoy it. A lot of fun. Multiplayer is excellent. I love the beta and multiplayer, so I was really looking forward to this, and they've only improved that. So go out and check it out.